Can you tell us a little bit about those forecasts? Like, what is, I've heard you use the term long-term versus short-term forecasts before in the context of Ampron's offerings. And maybe if you can, I don't know how much of your secret sauce you want to divulge, but maybe talk about like a layer below, like what the AL ML model inputs and outputs are in determining those long-term versus short-term forecasts.
Yeah, so the primary difference between a long-term forecast and a short-term forecast is really going to be around the weather. For a short-term forecast, what we consider our short-term forecast is operating day. So today to operating day plus 14. So it goes out 360 hours into the future. That is where we are able to get reliable, and I use the word reliable in air quotes because we've all gotten angry at the evening news meteorologist for being wrong, but reliable, quantifiable forecasts that we can then feed into our model. Anything past that 14-day window, we have to rely on weather simulations. And so for weather simulations, we're looking at historical weather patterns. At Ampron, we take 15 years of historical weather data, and then we run about 1,000 different simulations through our model to then present a cone of probabilities for our customers. So unlike in the short-term model where I'm able to feed actual weather data, actual historical load data into two types of models. So we use a combination of regression models. If you remember, old high school linear regression, take 2 points, plot them out, and then try to find the line between them that represents, what the future point would be. Taking that same concept, doing higher order polynomial regression analysis combined with machine learning. Specifically on the machine learning side, we use gradient boosted models. Gradient boosted models are a type of decision tree that use weak learning to reinforce patterns that result in overall better outputs. We combine those models together in our ensemble model, which provides a discrete output that says, based on these weather inputs, here's what Ampron believes that the resulting load or renewable generation will be. Again, on the long-term forecast, we're giving a range of potential weather inputs because we don't know what the weather is going to be. We don't have reliable forecasts out that far. But again, same concepts where we're taking regression models as well as gradient boosted tree models, combining them into our final output, which is our forecast for our customers.
And how do you measure ultimately the accurate or the improved accuracy versus prior methods? Like when you are convincing a customer of,
Sure.
maybe they've become a customer a year ago, like when they look back, how do they?
Yeah, a big part of it is that MAPE calculation that I was referring to earlier.
Right.
So mean
Yeah.
absolute percentage error. There are a
Yeah.
number of other accuracy metrics, some of which are better in certain circumstances than others. Some of them mathematically don't work as well. For example, a house that has a solar panel on its rooftop where its
Yeah.
load is going negative, approaching zero, that MAPE calculation doesn't work. So there's a number of other calculations. I can list them off, a bunch of acronyms: normalized mean absolute error, root square mean error. These are different calculations that our customers can use to evaluate accuracy of these forecasts.
And I'm assuming these are the kind of calculations you've done day in, day out for years as you were working in the electricity markets prior
Yeah,
to.
these are some of these formulas I can still write without having to think too hard in Microsoft Excel.
Yeah,
Going back to my old days of being a quant and actually having
right.
my fingers on the keyboard.
Got it.